After a horrific October, in which we played 4 games and didn't pick up a single point, we're hoping, in these last 2 games of the calendar year, to carry on our unbeaten run since. Yeah, we're doing all right. We've picked up another win recently, which is fantastic. We seem to have had some changes which have impacted results, which is brilliant. And we are clawing our way towards safety. So at the moment, we're only 4 points away. We have Viktoria Koln as our second game of the episode. But before that, we have Meppen, who are currently sat in 14th. So just before we run into the previous results, so you can have a little laugh at what happened, both versions of me are going to ask you if you can like and subscribe. If you're looking forward to the save, if you've been through a similar situation where you were on the verge of being sacked, 63% of my fans actively wanted me out of the club, and my team, I hit an all-time low with dynamics, in which it was literally no worse than it could be with managerial support. So that was fun. But if you've ever been in a similar situation, slap a like, subscribe. You can empathise with me on that. Empathise? There we go. But yeah, it's not brilliant. We've not had a great time. We've played... I'm pressing all sorts of wrong buttons here. Bear with me a second. Here we go. We've played since the 1860 and Osnabrück, or Osnabrück. We played Magdeburg, who beat us 2-0. They were also a team towards the top half. Dortmund were one of the struggling teams, but they're playing the likes of Mario Pasalic, and we have Tobias Gunter, who scored, but it was too little too late. We then played Duisburg and had a 1-1. Decent team again, middle to top half in the league. Würzburg kickers, we had a 94th minute equaliser from Gunter, again, scoring a late goal for ourselves to carry on our very brief unbeaten run. We then played Saarbrücken, who were one of the 2 teams. They were both on 8 points after 15 games or something silly like that. We managed to beat them quite convincingly, to be honest. It was a really good game from us. And then we followed that up with a game against Türkgücü München. These fellas. We played these. They scored, and then we scored immediately after. And then nothing ever happened. So what we're hoping for is, as I say, a little bit of a pickup. We are currently 18th in the league. We have 2 wins, 8 draws, 8 losses, and a goal difference of -12, which isn't the best. We can have a look at our season preview. Still has us sat kind of chilling at the bottom. There's only Dortmund, Freiburg, and Havelis behind us. And Dortmund and Freiburg, they don't have odds, so they could very well be stronger than ourselves as well. Our team for the Meppen game, we have Kral in goal. We've gone with the 4-3-3 again. So we have Pinker, Gunter, Hahn, and Bayreuther as the back 4. Men's playing just behind Jopek and Thielsen. And we have Benjamina as the deep line forward behind Avina and Falcao. We have a highlight from kickoff, which fills me with dread, because we have a tendency to concede incredibly early in games, which isn't the best. We're currently 10 seconds in. Kalanolu, Blanchard, he's rattled the woodwork. Fortunately, Hahn's pass back to the goalkeeper was cleared. Pinker with a throw-in for ourselves. Puts it to Avina, gets it to Benjamina, and out to the right back once more. He's got a lot of room to drive forward to. We've definitely had a pick-up with the formation, which I'm a bit annoyed about, because I just want to play a different formation than the one we've been playing for ages. So I might do so. Jopek's gone for a shot. It's a fantastic save from Damashka. It has brought us a corner. Not sure what's going to come from it. Jopek's got quite a few assists from these corners. He's been really well, actually. He came to me after I dropped the old guy in the last episode that I was talking at, and said that he wanted some game time. So I was like, yeah, lad, sure, of course you can. And he's just been doing really well on that Mazzala role. We've had another goal from Gunter once more, assisted by Jopek, as I was telling you that he gets quite a few assists. As I say, things seem to be moving in the right way, which is good. We'll just see how far we can get through. This first season, I just want to stay at the club and stay in the league. I'm not looking forward. If we can hit mid-table, buzzing. But we just need to get rid of all the crap we've got in this team. especially a 35-year-old that's paid £6,500 a week, who's currently sat in my under-19s, and I don't plan to play him at any time soon. I've been trying to release him again. He's still not feeling it. Have we given away a penalty? No. Goal kick. Fantastic. So, yeah, I'm looking 2 decent forwards. Big boys, if we can. I doubt very much that Avina's going to be with us next season. I don't know if his loan will finish in January. I assume not, because we've gone through the winter update. There's a corner, free kick on the side. Oh, and it has been put in by Tankulic. Tielson was the only one that kind of vaguely went out there. I think he's relatively tall, but if you've got 2 men stood at the back post, I think maybe one of my guys should walk over there and try and mark them. Just any sort of... No, just leave them to it. I lost where I was. Got distracted by the goal. But what I'm having to do is, regarding the dynamics, is just kind of kiss all my players' arses. Even if we get it handed to us, we just have to be like, oh, you tried hard, lad. Well done. Which is annoying me to no end. Avina's fell over. We've got a penalty now. Kerim Kalanolu has pushed him over. Avina scored quite a few penalties for us this year, so just on the hour mark, he might be able to get us back in the lead against Meppen. He steps up and slots it. Oh, beautiful pen. Top corner. Get absolutely wrecked, Meppen. We're all over this. This is the annoyance. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Formation. We play in our 4-3-3 at the moment, which obviously we know works really well. But I feel like it's a bit of a cop-out to just plug and play with that everywhere. Even though it was my formation, I kind of want to do something different. But I'm going to wait till we get through this season, hopefully stay in the division, stay with the club, who have got me back to a C. I was an E or an F at one point. I thought I was actually going to have a dreaded conversation, but they didn't drag me in, which was fortunate. And we seem to be turning the tide a little bit. But when we get to the end of the season, we've got a lot of our players out of contract, including our goalkeeper, who's brilliant. But he's of no interest to staying on. So I think it might just be a lot of just kind of cutting ties. A lot of our strong players, a lot of our good youngsters, a lot of them are out of contract at the end of the year. So it seems that it's going to be a whole build at the end of the season. But hopefully we can reconstruct it in our image. Horrific defending there to leave Evsev open through the middle. But fortunately, he's just kicked it wide with little challenge, which is good. We've agreed for Kimmo Hovey to go back to Finland. I can't remember. I think it was like YPS or something. Don't know. Some crap finished him. But they're giving us a tiny amount of money and clearing off his wages. And I have hardly played him, to be honest, so I'm not really too concerned about that side. And I believe there's another player that I've sold as well. I can't remember. I've also signed a 38-year-old Brazilian midfielder who isn't eligible to play because I signed him outside the window, which was a bit dumb of me. Into the last 5 minutes of the game now. If we can sneak some points and even a win in this, the happiest of days. Why have we got a highlight? Damashka. He bashes it forward. Oh, our players mistimed the header. The other centre-back's asleep. Beara. Oh, a fantastic save from Kral. So, it's a corner. Meppen, 4 minutes on the clock. I've just realised what we haven't done, which is incredibly stupid of me, is he's tried to shut up shop. So I'm going to do so now in the vain attempt that this corner doesn't go in, and we can actually see the game ticked through to full time. The ball's been put in. It's been nodded away by Tielson. He's won the header this time. Our guy runs out to close down, and they're still in possession. Hovey, brilliant work. Sign a contract for that man. The throw-in, put in by Kalanolu, who gave us the penalty. Oh, they've passed it out of play. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We get another little green counter on the board. Happy days. It's all done. Our first win of the season, on camera. Third in the league. We do see ourselves now only 1 point away from safety. Admittedly, we've only played 19, so we literally are halfway through the season. But we have Viktoria Koln now, who are only the point ahead of us. If we can do likewise with these, beat them, we'll probably see ourselves in the safety zone for January, and that's where we want to be. Well, that win has worked actual wonders for us. So I think it's the first time I've actually seen the club atmosphere in good, and definitely the first time that the managerial support has had a little green line next to it. Team cohesion's still not there, but we know obviously why that is. Because the team are new to one another. That's not going to come together just for a few wins. But these little green lines, it's what we need to be seeing. It's just further evidence that formation I've made is an absolute madness. But I don't want to use it all the time because it gets a bit samey, doesn't it? I know it's not the same as Atalanta, who are challenging for Champions League, and I forgot my team name, Victoria Berlin, who are just challenged. But still, we don't want to see the same formation, the same thing all over the time, do we? Or do we? Do you know what? You let me know. As mentioned, we have the Battle of the Victorias. They're currently a point ahead of us. Their goal difference is better by 7. So we just need to beat them. We'll beat them, go ahead of them, get ourselves out of the relegation zone for Christmas. That's the treat. That's what we're going for. A few tweaks for this game. We have Kral, Pinker, Gunther, Hahn and Bayruta again. We have Menz behind Makrekis and Jopek. And I've put Avina at the deep line forward. We've put in Falcao on the right-hand side. And I've put in Shalva Ogbaidze, who's a Georgian, 6 foot striker. Looks like he might be all right. His jumping reach is 6. Yes, I'm aware of that. So with him being 6 foot, I'm assuming he just doesn't understand that he's allowed to leave the floor. But he's got a bit of height to him. He might be all right. Hopefully. Please. Should be decent. Between these games, I've brought in a new coach, Sami Khedira. A little bit annoyed, because if I'd let him play, he'd probably be our best midfielder. But he's not up for it, which is annoying. Heister is into the area. Babala, Risa, back in. Menz has nodded it away, and Lang's picked up the ball. Oh, a mistime header from our guy. Babala, Lorch outside the area. Brilliant finish. But again, they mistime the header, or we mistime the header, which means that they score. It's just one of the rules of Football Manager. A very, very frustrating one. Half time now. I have pushed us up to positive instead of balanced as we were in the previous game. I shouted at him a few times. Didn't seem to do much. What should we do here? So what I'd normally do is have a go at them if we're losing. But I don't think I can do that here. So they're all motivated at the moment. We're not going to win this if we don't shoot. It's been really disappointing to watch. Let's go for it. I see the assistant knows what's going on. I'm glad one of us do. Corner. Risa puts it in for Viktoria Koln, that is. Not ourselves. I don't know why I used the word Victoria to specify when it's the only thing that we have between us. Our captain gets it back to the goalkeeper and into Gunther. Out to Pinkert. We've, I don't know. We're all right. It would be nice, and it will show quite a lot if we go 2 months unbeaten towards the end of the year, especially how poor we were at the start. But it's going to require us to obviously score, which is looking less and less likely. This attack, however, is looking vaguely convincing. So Makrekis into Falcao, Avina back to Jopek, fantastic ball. And it's a good save from Nicholas in goal. We have Jopek taking the corner. Puts it in short towards Gunther, and one of their players have fell over, but we were playing on. Wasn't a foul. Jopek, what are you doing there, lad? I thought he was wasting time. Oh, Ogbiadze has gone down. Again, we're not doing anything about that. We'll just crack on. Corner. Jopek again. In towards a near post. Oh, and it's headed out by... It was never still enough for me to see his name, and I think even if I did, I don't think I'd be able to pronounce it. But Bayruta has had a fantastic run. In towards Avina. Oh, and his header hits the crossbar. Jopek, corner, once more, towards the near post. Babala heads away this time. Gunther's going to run out and pick up the ball. Maybe get it back to the corner taker? No, Makrekis, Avina, out to Bayruta on the left. He has got quite a little bit of space to run into. He's got a guy in the middle. We've scored. We just have. Their guy didn't mistime the header. He just didn't. Didn't even attempt. Splendid. We're going to... Oh, what do I do? Do I make a sub now and try and push on from this? Or do we just crack on? Because we seem to have the better of the game at the moment. Don't know. I'll see how I feel in a few seconds. Do you remember last episode when I made the point that we'd only brought 9 fans with us? We took 5 to this game. Our following is horrific. I don't know who Mladen Svjetonovic is. He's a youngster who looks pretty handy. Not at the moment, but he's 6'4", which is always fun. I've got to be honest, I am inclined to play him. We're not going to do yet, because I need to try and figure out how to spell his name before I start putting him in the squad. We're going to put in Highland at the base of the midfield, make him to a deep line playmaker and defend. We're going to leave that third sub, see what we can do with that. The draw itself isn't quite enough to get us out, but it does get us only the 1 point from safety. Into the last 10 minutes of the game now. We haven't seen much. We've got a highlight for Cologne. Oh, Siebert flew in there, but his header hits the near post, unfortunately. Well, for them. Very fortunately for us. There's another highlight. Right, Kral, pick this up, get it back in our possession, we'll attack, we'll score, happy days, 2 wins from 2, and we'll all have a wonderful Christmas. Here's the plan. Right, Kral, short to Hahn. Into Highland, back to Gunter, and with Hahn once more. Just keep possession, guys. Don't lose it unnecessarily. McCrackis, Highland, just slowly progress your way up the pitch. You got your little diamond. Oh, Lorch. Lorch is gone. He launched. That was a stretch. So was his tackle. Ah, brilliant. I think he's the guy that scored against us as well. Do you know what? 1-1. I'll take it. We finished 2 months completely unbeaten. There was only 6 games? 7 games, possibly? But regardless, it's 2 whole months unbeaten. Considering we went a whole month without 1 point, or I don't believe scoring, it's a marked improvement. Again, it's all reliant on the 4-3-3. Why? Why? Why wait this long to a point when we start playing well to release an article saying that I've had an unspectacular start? It's just unnecessary. Well, after that, I know I've literally just said it. Marked improvement. I'm very happy. 2 whole months unbeaten. 6 games. And what's that? 3, 6, 9, 10 points. 10 points, 6 games. Happy days. That is, what? That's more points than we've picked up for the remainder of the season completely. So we've gone and over doubled our points in 2 months, which is fantastic. Look to carry that on. I'm going to go through the whole of January now. We'll be back with you probably with Mannheim and Verl. Maybe just the one if it's only if it's a busy window. Or actually I might do a summary for you on where I stand towards the end of the season. I'm not 100% sure. If you're actually pleased with how this episode went and you're happy, like I am on this one, which is a complete contrast to where I was at the end of the previous episode, then do me the favour of liking, subscribing, show your support on the channel. That would be beautiful. There are some items over here for you to watch, carry on, and my voice is going, I can hear it. But thank you very much for your time.